Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Josie Sports Nation. Definitely, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can see when my videos are coming out. And also, I would like you to comment on this video. What I want to talk about now is the NFL is getting woke by the moment. LaVar Arrington was on Jason Whitlock's show, and he said some information on this show that you might be interested in. So I'm going to play this quick clip of what he said about the Black National Anthem being played in the NFL games for the 2021-2022 season, and maybe for the rest of the NFL's existence. So check this video out, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on it.
Here, give me your the Black National Anthem being made a part of the NFL. Thumbs up, thumbs down from LaVar Arrington.
Oh, man, it's a complicated one. Again, I think I would say initially I'd say thumbs down. And the reason why I would say thumbs down is because I hate living in a qualified environment. Don't qualify me, and so for me, when I think of everything that has happened, and I live in LA now, so I don't just live in Pittsburgh, I live in LA. When I lived in Pittsburgh, it was very black and white. You didn't see any other races of people too much in Pittsburgh. But since living in different places around the country and getting the exposure of living around the world, for me, if you're going to play one anthem that represents one racial group, then you should play all of them. For Polynesian families, for Mexican families, for Middle Eastern families, for Asian families. I think that it should be something that encompasses all the races that are represented. Because to me, the qualifier here is we're trying to make sure that one race of people feels good about who they are, while in some cases, in some regard, if you really take a step back and think about it, it begins to alienate other races of people, and they're not even white. And so to me, is that what we really want to represent? Because to me, as a black man, I want to represent what a black man represents, which is ultimately, hopefully, what every other black man and other person wants to represent as well, which is having a unified front. Because at the end of the day, I look at myself as an American. Like, I always call myself the All-American. I'm an All-American, Whit. So that national anthem, although some will argue and have their theories and concepts as to why that's not our national anthem, I'm American. That's been earned by my ancestors. When they were doing things in the field and we were not recognized as 100% human beings, as peoples with rights, they paid that cost. They paid that price. I'm going to walk in that with dignity and pride, and I'm going to be upright, and I'm going to be a unifying force. So I want to connect with people on a unifying front. It doesn't have to be based off of a race in specific. It's based off of people. And as long as I look at it from that scope and that lens, to implement the Black National Anthem to pre-games at this point, to me, that's a contradiction of my identity and my belief system, because I don't want to alienate myself for the simple sake or the simple fact that people can say black people are important. To me, I want us to be important. Us meaning whoever it is that lives right. Right has no color. Neither does wrong. So to me, I want to live within the right. I don't necessarily need to be qualified, because of what's going on with the injustices and the social systems and the merits of who's making decisions and who's the president and who's all that stuff. That doesn't matter to me, because ain't none of them paying my bills, Whit. What matters to me is that I can get up, I can make a life for myself and my family, and I'm creating a world where my kids don't have to be nervous about the people they're around, even if they're not the same color that they are. It's an idea of just loving one another. How about let's have a national anthem before every game that's all about love? Because if we can do that, all we need is love. All we need is love, love. That's all we need. That's all I need, Whit. I don't need a qualifier.
Wow. Yeah, I kind of agree with LaVar Arrington on this one, man. I don't think we should have one. I don't even know what it is. Do anybody ever hear of the Black National Anthem? And do you know it? That's the question. I feel like I'm watching Lean on Me. You remember in that movie when Joe Clark went in the bathroom and saw the kid smoking weed, and there he was like, sing the song.
Aren't you my little songbirds from the cafeteria? Weren't they with you?
Who, these guys?
Well, I'm sure you've learned the school song by now. You better know it. Because this time, if you don't get it right, you're suspended for 10 days each. Now, is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. School song. Let me hear it.
Y'all didn't know I could sing, right? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know about this Black National Anthem. I think it's pointless, to be honest. He was right about that when it comes to there's other players that play in the league that's not black and white. So what are we going to do? We're going to sing Chinese National Anthem and all these other songs before the game. It doesn't make sense to me. That's not the most important thing. And I digress. Anywho, what's the most important thing? I know some people are gonna say, well, black people are still getting shot in the streets or whatever, but it's not gonna stop by kneeling during the NFL game. If you really want change, stop playing the game. 70% of African Americans play the game. So if you want change, stop where people can make money. Boycott, but they won't. So what does it matter? The NFL is bringing opportunities to these African Americans. There's a lot of millionaires, which you can help your community. The real important thing is a lot of these athletes can't read. A lot of these players can't read. A lot of these African Americans cannot read. They read on a 4th grade level. That's more important. Us knowing our history of why we are playing this national anthem and the song wasn't for you is not important. Like Kwame Brown said, it's more important for these people who may not make it to the NFL to do trades and learn a skill. Because learning about these histories is not going to be able to pay your mortgage, pay your bills, or what have you. We are focusing on the wrong things. And like I said, you're going to have to open up the can of worms because everybody was mistreated before. Asians mistreated Asians. Jamaicans mistreated Jamaicans. It's ridiculous. And also, we are all Americans. Most people are not going to go back to their country. This is the best country in the world. Do you see what's going on in Cuba right now? They killed the president. South Africa, they're shooting all over the place. Apartheid. Corruption. Like, people need to go to these other countries and see how they're living. Because it's not what we think. America is the best place to be, and for us African Americans concerned, in my opinion, we need to get, like Kwame Brown said, get these trades back in these schools, get this education. A lot of people who get their education, they have to go beg for a job from what you would call their oppressors. But if you got a trade, you can get a gig anytime. If you're in Atlanta, you see a bunch of Mexicans standing on the side of the road in the morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden you'll see about 8:30ish, all these people picking them up to get contracting jobs for them. They are always employable because they could do those jobs. Now when it comes to the NFL, you know, I guess they're trying to appease, you know, the African Americans that are playing there, but they're still going to play the national anthem. So what are you going to do? Are you going to kneel for that? That's what we have to think about. Let's move forward. I thought Jay-Z said we're past kneeling. Ain't that what Jay-Z said? Everybody was supporting his deal with the NFL. But the point of the matter is, we need skills and we need to get money for our families. And doing these things is not going to get money for your families, and wealth is important. Because if you don't have money, if you don't have wealth, you're going to have to beg your oppressors for things. Tell me what you think about this video. Do you agree with LaVar Arrington and what he was saying about the national anthem and the Black National Anthem? Or you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you on the next video.